I was scared shitless. I've done a lot of crazy shit in my life, but nothing like this. I was going to drink ayahuasca, supposedly the world's most powerful psychedelic known to man, and I had no idea who would be on the other side of it. And I legit thought my brain would snap and I might not never come back. But I was done with running into the same traps of being on a continuous stupid loop. I was ready to change come hell or high water.
A year and a half prior, my wife had left me. No screaming match, no couples counseling, no event, just done. She needed to find herself and some joy in her life while she still could, but she couldn't do it with me.
Suddenly the house was empty. My two sons had recently left home to start their lives, and for the first time in 25 years, I was all alone. At first, I tried working on myself, listening to podcasts, watching self-help crap on the internet. I even spent $5,000 on a mindset mastery course.
It all helped to some degree, but at the end of the day, I was still alone, and I couldn't stop feeling like a victim. I knew I had issues. I struggled to control my temper. I struggled to find words to express any other emotional needs other than happy, horny, or angry. I was so afraid of my temper that I bottled everything up until I couldn't. And then I would explode and feel shame and regret. But I still didn't think it was that bad compared to my dad and other male examples throughout my life. In fact, I felt like a regular Renaissance man ahead of his time even.
I felt abandoned, discarded, worthless. I'd hit rock bottom. No more noise, no more distractions, no purpose, just me and my silence. Growing up, I was taught that being a man meant being tough. Work hard, play harder, take no shit from anyone. I boxed, I wrestled, I ran long distance, fought anyone, anytime for just about any reason. I got in more fights than I could count, and I joined the Navy when I was 17. My heroes were John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, all the action heroes, stone-faced, in control, no feelings, show no fear.
I thought the difference between being a good man and a bad man was not hitting a woman. Fighting bullies, standing up for those too weak to stand up for themselves. Hitting a wall, smashing shit, it was just expressing my frustrations and warning others that they needed to pay attention to what the frick I was saying. Anyway, it was a way of releasing stress. And that's how tough guys showed their emotion. Totally normal.
My version of counseling? A few beers in the garage, working on some busted shit, all alone, going hunting, fishing, or walkabout in the forest by myself. That's where I hid, and that's where I kept the world away at a safe distance. One night I was up late, wrestling my demons, endlessly scrolling, trying to find another self-help guru that didn't end up being some scam to pick my pocket while offering salvation. And then this video pops up. Some guy talking about ayahuasca, complete with natives and tribal paint in the middle of a traditional village deep in the Ecuadorian jungle. He was talking about healing old trauma, claiming one session of ayahuasca was the equivalent of 10 years of psychotherapy. I couldn't stop watching. Something in me cracked wide open. A few hours later, I booked a flight. That first ceremony in the jungle stripped me bare. The medicine didn't just show me visions. It took every part of my ego that I'd built up. The fighter, the fixer, the hard ass, and it tore it down. It made me sit with the truth that I'd been outrunning for decades. My whole life played out before me like the movie Scrooged. I saw myself as a boy again, relived all those moments where I built my half-truths that built my ego that would be my defenses that I carried into adulthood. In personal relationships, I gave up parts of myself just to keep the peace. With my boys, I tried to be solid and teach them how to be strong, reliable, good men, but I didn't even really know what the hell that meant. I thought I was protecting them, but I was just repeating the same bullshit in a different package.
Then I saw something I'll never forget. I saw my anger through my son's eyes, and it didn't look any different to how I saw my dad when he was freaking out. That one cut deep, because I swore I'd never be like him. Rage doesn't care about promises, and I finally understood the phrase that the sins of the father are passed down until someone breaks the cycle.
All the doubts, fears, and beliefs that I carried weren't really who I was. They were just things that had happened to me, resulting in a mask that I wore to protect myself. And for the first time, I could see where those behaviors came from. And I also realized that I could change, and I could finally just be myself. As the sun came up and the jungle came alive with vibrant sounds of birds and animals, I felt renewed and I could see the clear vision of the man that I could be and the boy I once was.
Not just someone who survives, but someone who leads with love, who speaks the truth, who breaks the cycle. That night didn't fix everything, but it gave me a place to start my rebuild. If you've ever felt like you were falling apart, you're not alone. Subscribe, share your story. Let's do this work together.